Hello students, welcome to another lecture of Theory of Machines. I am Dr. Ashish Vikhar and today I am going to teach you belt, chain and gear drive. This is the name of unit number 4 or chapter number 4. For more information or for seeing the videos, such type of videos, you can subscribe my YouTube channel Dr. Ashish Vikhar, or you can hit my website www.drvikhar.com. You can write queries to me on the email ashishvikhar20@gmail.com. So let us start to understand first what is meant by belt, chain and gear drive. As you can see in this picture, the first picture is of belt drive, second picture is of chain drive and third picture is of gear drive. In this first picture, you will see that one belt is mounted on two different pulleys. The small pulley is mounted on the shaft of electric motor and the big pulley is mounted on another shaft where we want to transmit the power. So this way all of these chain drive, belt drive and gear drive are used to transmit the power from one place or from one location to another location. So in this picture number 1, you will see that the power from electric motor is transmitted to this big diameter pulley with the help of whatever the belt which is mounted on the both of the pulleys. In second picture, you will see that there is a chain drive. This chain drive which is available in every kind of bikes, and the power is transmitted from the engine to the rear wheels with the help of this chain drive. And in third picture, you will see that the gears are used for transmitting the power from driving gear to the driven gear. So these three important instruments are available now for transmission of the power. So let us see what are the contents of these chapters. The chapter number 4 is divided into 3 parts, and in the part number 4.1 we have to study belt drives. In this we will study about introduction to flat belts and V belts. So flat belts and V belts are two types of belts given. Along with the applications, we will see the materials used for flat belts and V belts. After that, another type of belt is used which is called as a timing belt. What is a timing belt and how it is differ from V belt and flat belt, that we will study. There are certain technical terms related to the belt drives. One is nothing but angle of lap, another one is how to calculate length of the belt. Then very important term related to the belt drive is nothing but slip and creep. After that, there are certain mathematical calculations which are nothing but called as a determination of velocity ratio of tight side and slack side tension. So when the belt drives are implemented, then it has two sides. One is called as a tight side and another is called as a slack side, and there is a tension always inside a tight and a slack side, and how to determine these tensions. Then we will study how to evaluate centrifugal tension and initial tension. After that, what should be the condition for maximum power transmission. As we know, the belt drives are used for power transmission. Then how we can achieve maximum power and what should be the condition for it, that we are going to learn in belt drives. After that, lastly, we are going to study about merits, demerits and selection of belts for the given applications. So there are various applications of belt drives, and like belt drives are used in automobiles, then floor mills, then textile mills. Then what should be the selection criteria for selection of different types of belts. Along with, we will study the merits and demerits of each of the types of belt. 4.2, which is nothing but given in your syllabus, is related to the chain drive. So we will study in this 4.2 chain drive what is the meaning of chain drive. It means we are going to study introduction to chain drive. Then what are the types of chains and sprockets. Then methods of lubrication. As the chain drives are used, we have to lubricate the chains. And after that, we will study merits and demerits and selection of chains for a given application. The last content of unit number 4 or chapter number 4 is related to the gear drive. So gear drive that we are going to study in 4.3. In this particular section, we will study introduction to gear drives, classification of gears, how the gears are classified, what is law of gearing, What is law of gearing? Very much important term that we are going to study. Then there is a gear terminology. Then we will study types of gear trains, train value and velocity for simple, compound, reverted epicyclic gear trains using spur and helical gears. So gear trains are of three types: simple gear train, compound gear train, reverted epicyclic gear trains. So such type of gear trains that we are going to study. After that we will study about merits, demerits and selection of gear drives for the given applications. So these are the syllabus contents of unit number 4 or chapter number 4. After that, let us see what is the belt drive. We will study here what is the belt drive and introductory part to the belt drive. Here you will see the picture. This picture is related to the multiple belt drive. You will see the complete long belt is mounted on one more than two pulleys. So we will see that this is the driving pulley given in the red color, and this is a driven pulley number 1, this is a driven pulley number 2, then certain idler pulleys are used here, and here tensioner pulley is used. So this is called as the application of belt drive, and but it is a multiple belt drive. So this is a particular the picture on the left hand side is it is a sketch of multiple belt drive, and their application is given here in this case of machine tool, or in case of machine. You will see that the electric motor is there. It is having a small pulley, and this pulley is connected to another pulley with the help of this particular belt drive. This belt drive is there for transmission of power to the various elements mounted on the machine tool. So let us see what is belt drive. So here in case of belt drive is a mechanism in which power is transmitted by the movement of continuous flexible belt. So this continuous flexible belt is utilized, and in that this flexible belt is mounted on driver pulley and the driven pulley. So driver pulley drives the driven pulley. Whatever the direction of driver pulley is there is a direction of driven pulley. Particularly in this particular case, the direction of rotation of driver pulley is same as the direction of rotation of driven pulley, and power is transmitted from driver pulley to the driven pulley, and for that purpose continuous flexible belt is utilized. So belt drive is used to transmit rotational motion from mechanical element to another element, to transmit power as well as to transmit the rotational motion. This is the use of belt drive. So belt drive is one of the most popular type of power transmission method besides gear drives, chain drives, shaft couplings and lead screws. See here, this chapter is having three important drives. One is called gear drive, another one is called belt drive, third one is called as a chain drive. But after that also there are two important devices by which we can transmit the power. One is called as shaft coupling. Shaft coupling is there which also transmit the power, and the lead screws are used for transmission of the power. A belt drive is a frictional drive. It is called as a frictional drive because frictional exists between this belt and the pulley. This belt and the pulley, there is a between the belts and pulley there is a friction. That's why the belt drive is a frictional drive that transmit power between two or more shafts using pulleys and an elastic belt. In most cases, it is powered by friction. So most of the belt drives uses friction to transmit the power. But if the friction is not utilized, then it may be also known as a positive drive. Certain belts are used which are running without the friction, and they are called as a positive drive. So it can be belt drive can operate at wide ranges of speed and power requirement, and they are very highly efficient. So these are the fundamental things related to the belt drive. So let us see working principle of the belt drive. As you can see in this, the same picture of the belt drive, there is a belt mounted on the driver pulley and the driven pulley. You will see that the induction or introduction to the tight side tension, slack side tension also. So what is the working principle of belt drive? When the driver's pulley rotates, it causes pulling action to the belt due to friction. So there is a pulling action which is called as a pulling action to the belt due to friction. The driven pulley absorbs that pulling action and rotates the same direction as the driver pulley. If the belt is attached in the reverse direction, then the driven pulley will also rotate in the reverse direction. See, whatever the driver pulley is there rotating in one direction, then as per this arrangement the driven pulley is also rotating in the same direction, or you can reverse the direction. If the driver pulley is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, then the driven pulley is also rotating in a opposite direction or in anti-clockwise direction. So pulling action is generated due to the friction between the belts and pulleys. More the friction, better the power transmission and less chances of slippage. There is a slippage of the belt. So in case of this friction, because of the friction, the slippage is going to be reduced and better transmission is achieved. Power transmission capacity of the belt drive depends on the coefficient of friction between the belt and pulley, belt velocity, angle of wrap and the unit mass of the belt. So power of transmission capacity is depending on, these are the some of the technical terms. If the distance between the two pulleys is more, then one side of the belt will be under tension and it is called as a tight side. So this is called as a tight side, and the other side of the belt will loose and is called as a slack side. So loose side is called as a slack side, and the tight side, because it is in the having more tension, so it is called as a tight side. Let us see what are the applications of belt drive. The applications of, first application is in washing machines. Second application is alternators in automobiles. Third is floor mills. Fourth is lathe machine, milling machine, drilling machine, paper mills and conveyors. These are some of the applications of belt drive. You will see the application of belt drive in case of washing machine. So this is a sketch of a washing machine. You will see at the bottom there is application of belt. Because of that, the agitator at the center is going to rotate, and this is nothing but the drum of the washing machine, which is rotated with the help of this belt drive. From the electric motor, the power is transmitted to this drum. So this is the application of a belt drive in case of washing machine. This is the application of belt drive in case of automobile. You will see that there is a location for different pulleys, and on these different pulleys the power is going to be transmitted from the alternator to AC compressor. After that you will see that there is a crankshaft, then there is a pump. So all these are the elements, or the devices are run with the help of this belt drive. You will see the application, or another application in case of floor mill, how this belt is connected here in this case of floor mill. Then the application of belt drive that you will see in the lathe, this is called as a lathe. So in case of lathe also we will see the belt drive location here. The power is transmitted from the electric motor to the spindle. After that, the same thing is elaborated here in this sketch, how this belt drive transmit the power from the drive motor to this pulley. Here you will see the location of this belt on different counter shaft assemblies, and we will get the power at the end from this drive motor. After that, there are certain more applications of belt for in case of material handling. So this is the belt which is called as the roller belt, conveyor belts. After that, modular belt conveyors for material handling. This is the figure for curved belt conveyor. This is the figure for flat belt conveyor, and this is the figure for cleated belt conveyor. So for material handling purpose, we can use the belt application. Thank you very much.